back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Just before I get started on the Oilers stuff, just wanted to note that today is Green Shirt Day in honor and remembrance of all the players we unfortunately lost in that horrible accident with the Humboldt Broncos. So it's not full on green, but it's got green in it. I'm wearing my St. Mary's Lincoln's junior jersey that was given to me by the team in honor and remembrance of my dad, who passed away of cancer back in 2018. So I thought this jersey was kind of a nice way to remember both my dad and to acknowledge the Humboldt Broncos today. So if you're wondering why I'm wearing a St. Mary's Lincoln's jersey doing an Edmonton Oilers video, for those two very important and close to my heart reasons, that is why I'm wearing this jersey today. So with all that said, let's move forward and talk about the Edmonton Oilers. I touched on it in a YouTube short briefly last night, but in a very classy move, the Edmonton Oilers are calling up Jason Demers from the Bakersfield Condors to play against the San Jose Sharks tomorrow afternoon. The reason? Demers is currently sitting at 699 career NHL games played, and this move will allow him to hit 700. To clear the cap space to allow this to happen, Ryan McLeod was placed on long-term injured reserve. But if you're worried about McLeod, don't be. To my knowledge, the plan all along was to have McLeod return next Thursday for the final game of the regular season, and he can still do so, as he's already missed the required amount of time for his long-term injured reserve placement. So congrats to Jason, and hopefully he, along with the Oilers, can have a big game against the Sharks and pick up another 2 huge points in the standings. Speaking of the standings, let's take a look at the latest. Just before we hit our next topic, I'd like to quickly ask if this is your first visit to the channel, or if you haven't had a chance to do so in a previous visit, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. With their win over the LA Kings last night, the Vegas Golden Knights are now at 106 points and are inching closer to securing first place overall. The Oilers certainly aren't out of the running yet, though. Both teams have 3 games remaining, and the Oilers are only 3 points back. But it is now just between the Oilers and Knights for first. With their loss last night, the Kings are 6 points back and can't catch Vegas, even if they win all their remaining games. The Seattle Kraken officially clinched their playoff spot last night and actually still have a chance of catching the LA Kings for third place. They have a game in hand and are only 4 points back. They can still technically catch the Oilers as well, but if the Oilers win one more game, that possibility goes away. So who will the Oilers face in the first round? It still looks like the LA Kings are the most likely, but as I just mentioned, the Seattle Kraken could catch LA and take over third place. If the Oilers can manage to secure first place in the Pacific, the Jets and Flames are a couple possibilities. And lastly for today, Jack Michaels had this on the Jay Woodcroft effect. When Jay Woodcroft took over 14 months ago, the Oilers were 6 points out of a playoff spot. He has led the Oilers to a 73, 32, and 12 record since, a .675 winning percentage, the second best points percentage in NHL history among coaches with at least 100 games behind the bench. While going along with all the points I made in yesterday's video, 3 players with 100 plus points for the Oilers, the best team in the NHL since January 11th, I believe, the Oilers are just getting hot at exactly the right time here. 3 games to go in the regular season. They have a chance at 50 wins. They'll be playing San Jose twice for the first time tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And then they close out the season against the Sharks again on Thursday. They'll play the Colorado Avalanche on Tuesday in between. So hopefully the Oilers can pick up those 6 points. I'm guessing they're pretty much going to have to sweep the board here if they want to catch the Vegas Golden Knights for first place. The Golden Knights could technically lose all their 3 games, and maybe the Oilers can catch them that way, but I think the Oilers are going to have to be pretty close to perfect here if they're going to get first place in the Pacific. So a second place finish is still the most likely scenario here, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can get first. The LA Kings, Seattle Kraken, probably the most likely playoff opponents in the first round right now for the Oilers. It'd be pretty crazy for the Seattle Kraken here if they can come back and somehow catch the Kings, but good for them in their second season in the NHL, clinching a playoff spot anyway. So we'll see what happens here, guys. Should be an exciting final week here before the playoffs kicks off, but that's all for me for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comments section below. If this is your first visit to the channel, and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.